Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Dumamel Bentley, and I, today, will be talking about Mary Kay Foundation full face products. On today's video, for the first time ever, I will be trying foundation, bronzer, contour, blush, highlight, concealers. Honey, we're going the full route. So if you want to see me going from this to this, keep on watching. So I have already primed my skin, I have cleansed, I have toned, I have hydrated, and I have primed. If you don't know, those are the basic 4 steps to get the foundation to look as smooth and as nice as you can. Some people like to exfoliate as well before then. I used a little sponge to, go into cleansing my skin, and that gave it a little bit of exfoliation, although I did not go and exfoliate myself. So you can exfoliate if you want. However, if you just want to go through the basic steps, it's cleaning, making sure your skin is nice and clean, remove all the debris, dirt, oil, dead skin cells, all that good stuff. I always like to use a tool when cleaning. That really makes a nice difference. Just make sure to clean your tool, because if you don't clean your tool every so often, you most definitely can get breakouts and things like that. A great tool is a Mary Kay cleansing brush. If you guys don't have a representative, we will point down a link below where you can get your products online. You can get a whole bunch of stuff. You can really see the options and different products that Mary Kay has to offer you. So let's get to this. Moisturize. Does not matter. Listen to me. It does not matter if you're oily. Doesn't matter. The reason why a lot of the people are out of control is because they're not moisturizing properly. If you are not moisturizing properly your skin after cleansing it and doing all of these things, because this is typically what happens to all of the people that do not cleanse their skin properly, they go and strip all of their oils out, and now your skin's like Sahara Desert moment. Yes. And then you're not putting any moisturizer on. I need a drink. Please moisturize that face. There is a variety of moisturizers. If you don't know them, link will be down below, okay? But you can get, if you're oily, you can get gel-based moisturizers, which I actually am wearing today, the gel-based moisturizer from Mary Kay. That is a mouthful. So there's options. Do not forget to moisturize. That will change the game for you, for your makeup. That will completely change the game. Now with that said, let's get into this. Girl, this is crazy. So for today, we are starting with the correctors. I have 2 of them in hand. One is a little bit more peachy and the other one's more neutral to warm toned. I don't know if you can really pick them up here, but you can most definitely see the difference between this being more peachy and this being a little bit more warm, more natural skin tone vibes. So why or when would you use these? You would use the peachy tone more if you're lacking sleep, or if you just want to look extra fresh and bright. If you have darker circles, you want to build this guy up. I will build this guy up from underneath the foundation moving up, because I feel like that just looks a little bit more fresher, a little bit better. This is my personal one, so I am going to be utilizing the actual applicator into my skin, and just really depends on your age and what kind of look you're going for. Typically from 25 to 35 to 39s, you want to just mainly concentrate it here, so this way you can spread the product out. If you're a little bit younger and you're experimenting, you can most definitely go in and out, boom, all the way out. But more than this, really, you don't really need. Unless, of course, you have really dark circles, then you can actually go in and, spread it. Depending on your necessity, that's how you're gonna use the product. I have a little bit of darkness down there. It hasn't been working too well for me. I have been losing a little bit of sleep. So, hi. And yeah, let's get to blending this guy. I've never used this, so I don't really know how quick this is to dry. So let's use this guy. Let's see how that works. Now, if this doesn't get all the way close into your eyelid or almost waterline, that's part of your eyelid, but not really. I don't really know what the name is. Does anybody know what that is called? Underneath the waterline? Does it have a name, a scientific name? If you know, leave the comment down below. So this brush is actually really cute. Love how it feels. This concealer actually does not look bad at all. On just a skin day, you can use the Mary Kay CC cream, put this guy on, boom, out the door looking fresh as a daisy. If you're allergic to daisies, we can find a different flower, it's okay. You don't have to blend to perfection here because still we're gonna go in with foundation and the second concealer. So it might seem like a lot, but I promise you, it's just gonna look effortless and fresh and like, oh, I just woke up from my wonderful nap. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now that I have this here, there are a lot of shades and I will pop them on the screen for you guys. This is what the actual packaging of the Time Wise 3D matte foundation looks like. This is a 1 ounce product and the shade I am using is Beige W180. The reason I'm using Beige W is because we are walking into the summer now and the sun gets a little bit more intense where I am, so my skin will start to tan, and this is a great in-between shade from where I am now to where I know I will be by a day. So I have opened this already. This foundation does oxidize, and for you guys that don't really know what oxidization mean, now Kiss Little Baby Drop, that is more than enough for your entire face. For you guys that don't know what oxidization means that essentially once this foundation starts to dry, the actual pigment starts to come in. So if it looks a little bit like coming on, don't be scared. It might take a second or two to really come to its own. All right. Typically, I like to dot the foundation on my face. Also, I like to utilize little pore putties and things like that to just give my skin the sleekest look that I can. However, today I really want to give this a shot to see what she got, you know, what she bringing to the game. I do this with every foundation. I want to make sure that I know that if I don't have the time to go crazy and put all the items on my face, she's gonna do the trick if I just need to run, you know? As you can see here, foundation's looking a little bit light. I'm still using the Mary Kay buffing brush, or they call it the blending brush. Works well, doesn't look streaky, doesn't tug on the skin too much. You know, I don't mind necessarily the tugging on the skin, because I feel like it's a little baby facial. Wake up the skin. Now, this coverage is medium to blendable and buildable coverage. This is great. Looks really good. Doesn't look like I have anything on the skin, really. It's very, very, very seamless. I will be building it up just because I really want you guys to see the full potential of the foundation. I personally am a fan of exploring the options the product has to offer. So if you guys are happy with just like a nice little veil where this just looks a little bit better than your skin, controls the redness, controls, you know, whatever issue you may be wanting to control, this is a great stopping stone. However, we're pushing this all the way up. Brush impressions, honey, I'm keeping her, okay? She doesn't really seem to be hoarding the product a lot. Well, you can see it a little bit there, but she doesn't really seem to be hoarding the product, which is nice. Feels great on the skin. No streakiness Okay, all right. This is looking pretty good. So, like I promised, we're gonna go in for the full coverage or buildable coverage. I wanna show you guys. I'm gonna use approximately the same amount that I utilized the first, so that kissy little drop moment. I really wanna push the boundaries because I know a lot of you guys are like, I'm scared of looking cakey, or I'm scared of not looking, I guess, natural, even though we're putting 20 things on our face. We want to look natural, honey, you know? We want to look like the version of natural that we want. All right? So, let's see how this looks. I'm here for you guys. I'll make the mistakes for you guys so you don't have to. But I mean, so far, this is looking pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty excited. I didn't expect it to look this kind of effortless and seamless. You don't have to really powder this because it is a matte foundation. Hi, all right, come on, Tribal Vogue. So, let's see here. I don't want to waste any product on my finger. All right, same thing, going in with the brush. All right. This is looking really good. I am thoroughly surprised, I will tell you that. I'm not the biggest fan of matte foundations typically. Although you would say, why? If you're prone to acne, and you know, you have more oily skin, you most definitely want to use a matte foundation. I just don't know. Sometimes I feel like matte foundations really like make your skin look really dry because then you're powdering and doing all these things to it. So I've always strayed away from complete matte foundations. But this one's not looking overly powdery. It's not looking chalky, which I hate in a foundation. Now granted, this is looking a little bit more pale because remember, this oxidizes. So by the time we get to working the setting in certain areas, this should be going back to its tone, okay? But I mean, application wise, hello? Are you kidding me? This looks great. This is great. Now, if you want to go in and kind of push as a beauty blender, this works kind of similar to that as well. Instead of dragging and pulling, you can just go in and stipple the brush, which is going to give the beauty blender effect. And as you can see, really, you can't even tell where the concealer was at the beginning. It just looks fresh and even all the way throughout, which is what we want. Now, a lot of you guys would like to stop here. We need to have a conversation, okay? Don't ever leave your house with just foundation. Now what you're doing is creating a flat surface and you're gonna look like, oh my God, hi, what's going on here? No girl, we need a chisel, we need a drizzle, we need to make this happen so you can be like, all right. So, I'm pretty happy with the coverage of the second one as well. I can already see it starting to oxidize. Just giving me a little bit like, oh, I just went to the Bahamas. No corona. Let's clink on that. All right. So, yeah, this is looking really good. Okay, all right. I'm kind of happy about this. Moving on, because I will be here all day. Literally, I will be here all day. Doofing. Click on the below. Binge watch. Check out the videos. Live your life. Learn some tips. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Share. Sharing is caring. Don't blame me. All right. So this guy here, again, it's my personal product, so I will be using the applicator in my skin. This is going to be light beige, and that's it. Let's try it. Same thing. Let's dot it in. Because I will tell you this, that, all right, we have like a little theme going on here. Let me go down here too. This guy on, hold on, I saw something. Let me make sure before I go at her. Didn't cover up my nose as much as I thought it would. I see a little bit of skin peeping through the nose. But there we go. Maybe it was an application error. Now, let's go in with concealer as well on the bridge of the nose. A lot of people like to put it here, but I have a beard and that is just not gonna look right, okay? So let's go here, create the illusion of beauty, because you know, they do say that when you focus on the center of your face, people tend to recognize you as more beautiful, more bright, and more, hi, I'm here. And who doesn't want to look beautiful, bright, and hi, I'm here when you're putting product on your face, you know? So same thing with this. I am utilizing this for everything. The reason why I'm using this for everything is because, let's be honest here, you don't always have the time to get a full bag of things and boom, 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 boom. If you do, that's awesome. Do it, let's rock it. But I am using this for the blending of concealer, foundation, and anything cream, essentially. Back into the Beauty Blender kind of vibe. I really do like this brush. It's not heavy. It does not move around the product that's sitting underneath. It moves the ones that is on top, but it doesn't move the product sitting underneath. So let's see here. I almost wish they had something a little bit smaller to go underneath the eye. I know this is not meant all the way for underneath the eye, but for the purposes of being let's do this, I want to show you that. But it's still doing a great job. Look at that. Oh my God. And you can already see, I can see it now starting to bronze up a little bit. All right, hi. How you doing, glass of water? Now, some people like to go in the inner corners of the nose or the nostril. To your preference, I don't like to do that because if you're trying to contour the nose to look a little bit more snatched and I can't breathe, then that's just gonna expand your nose more, so it's gonna create more work for you and you're not gonna get that result. I'm not saying shadow that in, just let it go. Let it go. Hi, how are you, Elsa? All right, so that is all fabulously blended. I am thoroughly excited about this. I am not going to lie. What I do want to do is I want to grab really quickly my buildable palette. Hi. So I have customized this palette. Well, if you guys have not seen the video of Mr. Felipe, my Doofay partner, life partner, let's do this. He customized this for me. So beautiful. These are all Mary Kay products in the Mary Kay palette. We love this for so many reasons. Number one, we love the fact that this is recyclable. It's, you know, earth conscious. There is so much pollution and they're working for not to be part of that, which we love. We got two different bronzers, so beautiful. Can you see the frickin' glow on those? Hi Bahamas, how are you? We also have a different type of foundation, same shade, just a different form. We have the powder, which I will be using to set. We have two different highlighters, two blushes, and two contour shades. So before I go crazy, let's set. I am gonna be using this blush brush because I just like the shape of it. And I'm gonna go into the pressed powder here. You can see it dusting off a little bit. Take a little bit of that done. And I can even, doesn't have a mirror, but I can see myself here. I don't recommend you to do this if you're doing eyeshadow, because you can see yourself, but you can't see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna lightly press just to make sure we don't have any creasing, because we're not playing any games here, all right? Can I hear you say all right? Good job, girl, I heard you. Thank you, Dora. You know, I would have never said that if I did not watch Dora when I was a little kid, okay? Did any of you guys watch the Dora movie? Leave the comment down below. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? I went to it, did not have any expectations, because I said, why are they making a Dora movie? It was okay. I liked it. You know, it's all right. Felipe wasn't a fan. But I feel like it depends on the theater you're going to as well. Because the theater we went to, people were like, ugh, girl, come on now. Anyway, let's go on. So now we have the base. The base is ready, set, locked, ready to go, girl. We have foundation, which actually looks really, really good. I like it a lot. We have concealer, and as you can see, this doesn't look like crazy. The concealer looks really great. So far we have done 2 applications, and I really like the way this looks. This looks fresh, it looks right, it looks like, oh, Beyonce, I did wake up like this. With editing. She'll know what you're talking about. She does the same thing. All right, so now that we've done that, what do I do next? I'm nervous. All right, let's go in with the bronzers. What I am going to do, these bronzers are actually pretty deep, so I'm gonna go in with this one. It just really depends on what look you're going for and what you're feeling. I love them both. This is just a little bit more everyday neutral. This is a little bit more glam. So because today we're going for that glass of water moment, we're gonna go with the neutral, okay? Same brush, it's all about recycling. You dusted, you cleansed. You can see it has a little bit of that travel air, but it's all right, it's okay, it's you know, it's powder, it's gonna do it. So what I'm gonna do is you wanna go in circling motions, almost like a C. The reason why is because you wanna warm up the perimeter of your face so you can look a bit like, oh, I'm sorry I fell asleep in like this gorgeous chair in the Bahamas. I really wanna go to the Bahamas, okay? So yeah, just go in, start buffering this bad boy very lightly. And you can build up the color. Don't be scared. Don't want to do it all in once. Because if you go in, and you can already see this, you see how this is starting to get a little bit more shape. It even looks smaller than this side. Hi, 5 pounds less over here. Thank you, Mary Kay. So dust again. Let's go back in. I'm using the phone camera to check out myself. So yeah, we're going adventurous here. You want to go in and blend, blend, blend. Circle motions. If you want to build up, again, you can. Just please try your best not to go in, because if you go like that, it's just going to be so hard to get rid of all of the craziness. And to be quite honest with you, it's just gonna turn you off. You know, a lot of people that don't do makeup all the time or are trying different makeup looks, they feel silly, you know, when they're applying things because they're like, this just looks too much. I don't feel comfortable. But when you're starting to do it little by little, you'll be able to be like, I love this. This works. This looks great. I can most definitely do this and feel confident. Now that I have built it up, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the deeper one, just because I want a little bit more of that like bada bing bada boom moment here. I will be taking pictures and a lot of the times the pictures will take the makeup away a little bit. So just the lightest little touch of it. Don't go too crazy. Because remember, we want to build that house. All right, now that we are bronzed, thank you, J-Lo. We love you. We're gonna go in with this little brush. And with this brush, I will be going into the lightest shade of my contour. For all of you guys are like, what is the difference between contour? Because I did contour my face with this, you know, this technique we're doing here. But the real difference is contour is meant to mimic your natural shadow. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to contour the nose to look a little bit more snatched. And contours typically are going to be cool tone to mimic more of a natural shadow to your color. Get comfortable with your brush. I also like to bring her up all the way in here. Just gives it more of like a truthful, natural shadow. So you can see now it's starting to look a little bit more. Now blend it in. You can go in with the same brush and make sure this is all looking right to whatever you're doing or thinking you want to try. Nose contouring is difficult, I'm not going to lie, but practice does make perfect. Keep that in mind. I'm grabbing a little fluffy brush just to make sure I can break any line. All right, perfection. Now that we have that, let's go in with the lighter shade of the highlight. And that one, let me see what it's called. This one's called Glazed. I will be uploading the pictures of the ones that we're using. So if you guys like it, you can get them. Again, if you don't have a Mary Kay consultant, you can click the link down below and everything that you want to purchase will go right into your home, which is great at these perfect times. Let me see which brush I'm gonna grab. This should be good. So we're going in with the glaze. First impressions on everything. I have not tried any of this off camera. I really wanted you guys to see my reaction. And I wanted to be very honest because at the end of the day, what do we have if we are not honest? You know what I'm saying? Very pretty, very natural. There, we're also gonna go into the cheekbone area and make sure that is all good. But before we go there, let me, I'm thirsty again. That tastes so good. Orange juice. Aren't you glad? Come on, girl. Be part of our world. Be part of our world. Be part of our world. God, I love these so much. Both of the colors. These are both blushes here. I love this coral blush. It's just so beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab same brush. Actually, I'm lying about that because we did a lot of, well, I'm lying about that. We're using the same brush because I was thinking to myself, well, we did the bronzer. I don't know if that's gonna look right, but it should look great because it's gonna blend a lot better. So I'm just gonna clean the brush as much as I can so you don't see any little particles of dust coming out of it. We should have little to no product here now. And I'm just gonna tap very gently on both of the blushes. You can see them there. Tap again and pray that this just look great. Okay, girl? I like to do this face. You can do this face. You can do this face, that face, any kind of face you feel comfortable with, but I'm trying to just be like that permanently. So that's the face I'm going for today. I like to stipple it in the skin and buff it out, all right? Personally, start backwards and work your way forwards because, girl, you don't want that stamp right there and then you're done, you know? Very beautiful. What do you guys think? Are we living? Just gives your skin a different layer now. We're giving it a different layer of the love. It's all, oh my gosh, I got it. It's all about the love. But you can already see, yes, you can already see how this is looking like more complete, ready. And this is looking really good, but it's looking like, oh, something's missing around here. Dust. Oh, you see me? I'm gonna do this? Girl, don't do that. Don't do this. And then this, cause it's not gonna play well. Remember, start it from the back, bring it up. Come on, don't play me. I wanna see you on these streets out here looking right. But this foundation is looking really nice, honestly. Listen, I'm not gonna play games with you guys. I really like it. It just, I haven't even powdered it. It's looking good. It's looking really nice, looking seamless. My pores are looking pretty good. I could do with the putty primer just to make it look more seamless, but they're looking pretty good. Continue to work that in. Same with the bronzer, build it up. Whatever you're comfortable with, build it up. I'm still getting used to blushes because I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. Although I don't know what I'm doing with this blush. Or do I? I think I do. Give me some props. Come on now. Hit that thumbs up because Mama's pulling it together. Okay, girl?
You know how you're doing this one, no man. You've been working in the makeup industry for how long? How long?
13 years, honey. It's just different, you know, even though I've been working with all of you beautiful women and men within this industry, it's just different to do it on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're so used to going like this and finding the balance like this. Now you're going like backwards. It's like, if you're a righty going in with the lefty, it's like, oh my gosh. But anyway, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it and it's working out. It's looking really good. I need a drink. Oh, that is so good. Now, some people also like to take that little bit of excess and go around where we have gone through the nose, just to give yourself a little bit more of a natural glow. I've done it. This is looking pretty good so far. What do we think, guys? Leave the comment down below. Let me know. Spill the tea. Tell the truth. All right. So let's recount really quickly. We have done foundation. We have done concealers. We have done bronzing, contouring, done a little bit of highlighting, which we still have to do the cheekbones, and we have done the blush. So that is your entire face. And of course, we have taken a little bit more time because we are talking. But when you're doing this on your own, I want to say this entire situation, the more you do it, the less time it will become. However, typically it takes anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much of a perfectionist you are, darling. So I have this bad boy right here, and this is a MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is great for before you wear your makeup. This is great after you wear your makeup. It's great as I'm gonna use it right now, which is gonna set the makeup, and I wanna put my highlighter on because these highlighters are beautiful, but they're very natural, which is great, but I personally like a little bit more like ka-ching! And I feel like I'm gonna receive that and achieve that with this. So they're very multi-use. So let's go in. All right, come on. Don't just let it dry. Work your way, move with intention, ladies and gentlemen. Pat that highlighter. Sorry, I'm giving a moment of silence for the highlighter. Girl, she's really natural. Look at that. Hi, how you doing? So I'll tell you the really good thing about natural highlights. Let me get a fan brush or a bigger buffing brush. I feel like that might be a little bit more of the effect I'm going for. The great thing about going in with like a very natural highlight, especially if like it's your first time using these bad boys, is that they're bulletproof. You know, you won't be able to be like, oof, you know, that's too much, or I don't know how to work with this. This is really buildable. I am putting a little bit on because, like I told you, I love a highlighted moment. For the longest time, this was just my favorite part of makeup. By using a buffing brush, you're gonna get more of that effect that is a little bit more erased. Just gonna rebuild on what we did earlier and adding a little bit here. Once you have little to no product, go into the edges of whatever highlight you have applied with the same brush, and that's just gonna soften out the line. Because a lot of the times on camera it looks really great, but in person it looks a little bit of like a line. You just wanna go in and soften out the line. If for whatever reason, can you see that? Can you see that? Oh my God. Let me have another drink. You already guessed it. That is so good. If you do have a hard time with blending out the line, I have a little trick and tip for you. I also have the Mary Kay, you can see it here, the Mary Kay translucent powder. This comes out in loose powder form, and it's great. It's really cool. It is translucent, so that means it doesn't have color going into the skin that is crazy. If that's not what you want, it's great for that reason. So you just want to this is called veiling. Education 101. Same brush, tap the excess off, and just go to the corners. Don't go in it, because if you go in it, you're gonna turn her off. And we love that, okay? This is like, all right, so because we love that, and we love everything else, we're just gonna go in very gently, and that's just gonna dissipate any demarcation lines with anything. Nose contour, anything you do, dusting and powdering a little bit of it is just gonna soften that out, almost like take it away. And because we're taking it away, again, we wanna be so careful about not going into the highlight, because I mean, that looks phenomenal. There we go. Now, this is looking a little bit more blinding because of my lights, which I personally love. So if you're the person that does not necessarily feel ready for the type of like, that's okay. Just don't wet it. That's just gonna give you a more natural look, and the sun's just gonna show that a little bit more, okay? So with that said, you guys, this is the full face. Let me get into my eyes, let me do my eyebrows, and let's get this party started. Again, so good. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed, hit the thumbs up button, notification button,